Welcome to a sudden and impromptu 1v1 cast. We are here and I'll start with the introductions of our players. First up from the University of Windsor Esports Club, it is SouL. And in the bottom right, hailing from the ladder, a red Zerg, his opponent, sotirios. That's right, we're here on Condemned Ridge. Yeah, Condemned Ridge. Woo, everyone's favorite. Another monstrosity created by Blizzard for no apparent reason. So, we're going to have to suffer through this together, shall we? So in these positions, we're not horribly far apart as we would be in cross positions where I would already declare this in favor of the Zerg, but instead we've got close by air positions, which means we could have a lot of drops over this large open airspace. Also going along with that, we could see a lot of mutaplay. There's a decent amount of airspace back here and around. You can jump over to the natural and then over to the third and back. Of course, we've got these high grounds over the third, which is a little weird, but hey, you can do something with that too. You can land up here and then stim down, or even land siege tanks up here if you are so inclined. Now, this Overlord will eventually spot this expansion over here. He is very fortunate that it will, because otherwise he would have a very hard time determining where his opponent is, because this Overlord is never going to reach over here within any reasonable time in this game. So the Zerg at least knows where his opponent is. Of course, he's not going to get any scouting done with that Overlord. Just going to turn right around and have absolutely no idea what's going on. He knows the command center is there, but he's not sure if he's even built a racks. Going command center first, probably 11 racks, who knows? But hey, we're Zerg, we don't need to scout anymore. As for the Zerg, of course, he's going to go hatch first. Actually, we do have a random gas up here for some reason. Don't know what's going on with that. Sorry, I missed that. But there's no pool, so hey, I guess he screwed up an extractor trick. Ain't that awesome? Alright, in the meantime, we're going to finish off this wall to really deny any scouting. Of course, there is no scouting coming, as we know. All we have is this Overlord, which has no idea what's going on. Over here at this wall, exciting stuff we got going on here. Look at that SCV build. Go, 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 SCV. Almost there. 90%. Yeah. In the meantime, here's a pool. That's something. Marine gonna poke over here, gonna deny any sort of Overlord scout. Of course, not sure why an Overlord be floating out over here. I would expect it to be over open airspace as opposed to walking down the front door. But hey, that Marine is there in case that eventuality happened to happen, or if Zerg happened to build a Reaper. He'd be dead to rights trying to jump up this cliff. Actually, you can't actually jump up this cliff with the Reaper. You have to go from here up to here. This cliff is too high. Too high for Reaper range. Now finally, our Terran player is actually going to scout as well. And it's going to take a while because his opponent is in the bottom right and he's scouted to the upper left. But after getting 100 gas, he does have enough to start that speed. So there it goes. Started at about 426. That's a good time for speed. Not super early. Not super late. That should help out in the defense of any sort of early push. Second command center and third command center coming up. So we're going to go triple CC here off of 1 racks. Often safe unless your opponent attacks you at some point. Now we will be seeing the Zerg go back into gas with just 2. Not sure if that was strategic or just a mistake. We're going to have to find out if somewhere down the line he just happens to have not enough gas for what he wanted to do. He's building a roach warren, so that could either be for an attack or he just feels like having roaches in case for defense against Hellions. Of course, this timing would imply probably some sort of aggression, particularly because he's going back into gas, but he did only go, oh, there's the third one in gas now, so that was a mistake. Now he does have a second Overlord, gonna sneak in the back, actually sees that the Terran has taken gas. That's something to note, however, he does not know what it's being used for. Did he scout that command center? He did, but he did not scout the second command center, so he doesn't know if this is the third or second. I mean, from the timing that he sees that this is not finished, one would have to assume it's the third, but you can't really be sure. We got a couple lanes out here. Did they actually get a scout up the main? Nope, that is too much for those Zerglings to do. We actually have an SCV over here spotting for that third base. And it will be there to see it go down. Not sure where he's going or why he's hiding back here. Just avoid being picked off by a scouting Zergling trying to find it over there at the third. He does effectively avoid being caught, but he also avoids ever actually scouting that third, which I believe was the whole point of that SCV in the first place. So he scares off the Lings, gets one, hurts another. This Overlord, why, Overlord? Why are you, why? What, why? I don't, why? Okay. Anyway, we don't have any creep spread as of yet. Seeing that first tumor go down right there before marching its way over to the third. Now this natural is going to get down to the low ground. It has been on the high ground for quite a while, built up to 34 SCVs, but quite a lot building as well, so the saturation here is all right. We do have double engineering bay coming up as well. Second and third barracks done, fourth coming up. And looks like we're moving straight into bio play, at least to start. Now that could be very effective here, unless he is going for... Why are there Hydralisks? Why are there Hydralisks? I don't understand. Why are there... Okay. Okay, Terran wins. But let's cast the rest of this anyway. Now I did... Okay, well, I don't know why that does that, but anyway, over here we got two bunkers coming up. Yeah, this is a really weird setup.
SCV ready.
So this SCV finally now knows that there's actually a third over here. So this is gonna get pretty weird. Yeah, he sees the Hydras. See, how did he see the Hydras? Oh, he did get a scan off. I thought I checked for that, but apparently I didn't get that quite correct. Now in the meantime, we'll have to see what he responds with. I'm not sure what the angle is going to be with these Hydralisks. Is he going to go for drop play? Is not researching ventral sacs as of yet. Now, fortunately, I'm not sure if this decision was made retroactively in response to there being not a super long trek, because if they had to go cross positions, you're never getting those Hydras over there. But with the close by ground, the creep spread could potentially be reasonable. Now he actually is going to go and take a fourth at this point. That is quite aggressive with the expansions, but gonna probably be able to get away with that for now, because we did see our Terran player go in for that quick triple command center, so not quite ready as of yet to actually get to that triple command center. Not triple command center, get into that aggression, because he just doesn't have the upgrades there as of yet. Actually, we don't have combat shields done as of yet. We do have +1 done, stim done. We are going straight into tanks. We don't have any sort of medevac on the field as of yet, though it's going to be foregoing that. That's a bit of a surprise. Actually, where is that factory? I'm not sure where that factory is. I see a siege tank and siege tech in production. Where is it? There it is. There it is in here over at the Natural. And a stim in and a spread back. Oh, that last Bailey gets a bit of a hit. Not able to get anything quite done. Here we got to protect the pad to see who lost more. That was a pretty even trade. Terran losing slightly more, but that was all right. So now the counterattack coming down. Not sure that this is going to be able to do anything. And these Hydras are moving off of creep. They are moving off of creep. Now there are no SCVs over here at the third, so it doesn't have to actually lose anything, just maybe a little bit of energy. Sees a large number of banelings build up here. There's some Marines getting ready for the attack, but 4 Hydras attacking that command center, going to get shot at by this siege tank. Now he did see the banelings, so gotta be careful. He's aware of it though. They're gonna pull back. Gonna be quite all right. Gonna poke away at these banelings. Gotta be careful not to get caught by those light of sight blockers. Chase after these banelings, getting quite a few. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to juke his Terran opponent. Just gonna run straight back, not expecting Marines to chase banelings, I guess. Oh, but that was an overextension, runs into the banelings as the Zerglings come in, and that did not help. But it does now have the lead in terms of resources lost. So that has worked out so far. The upgrades going to be going in the Terran's favor just by a bit. 2-2 about to complete. 3-3 hopefully going to start right away. Resources bank quite a lot for the Zerg right now. Let's look at his larva. 35 larva, 96 drones. Not sure what he is waiting for. I guess he doesn't want to build lings at the moment. And there's 14 more lings. 11 larvae still left over. Just a big deficit in terms of gas at the right now, so we're gonna have to see if he can even that out. Going to be moving up here for an additional base at these upper two locations. Because of the slow medevacs, we haven't been able to see any sort of drop harass come in, which would have been very effective given the delay in mutas or in infestors. The hive just getting there, just past halfway. And looks like we're going to have another move out, perhaps. No, just repositioning his units. I'm surprised we're still not seeing any sort of medevacs on the field. This makes it very difficult to continue a push. You can win a fight, definitely, without any medevacs, but to continue pushing, it makes it more difficult because every stim just weakens your army that much more. Until you're at a great risk of losing quite a lot of supply very quickly. So this could be a bit dangerous. Moving out, going to be securing the center location, which will allow for a very close pushing off point. The problem will be if we have broodlords, that will provide a good sieging position from the high ground here that could make it difficult to hold that position there at the fourth. But moving in, a big stim before anything else, moving into the natural. Siege tanks in decent location, but they are clumped up. So once the Zerglings close the distance, that would be that. Banelings crashing into the siege tanks with all of Banelings, Zerglings, ground support gone. A lot of mutas are going to go down to these Marines, but there still aren't enough Marines left over to finish off all those mutalists. That is a very strange transition to go into mutas this late in the game. We do have 3-3 on the way. When this 3-3 is done, goodbye mutas. They cannot fight 3-3 Marines. I'm sorry, even if you're at 1-1, you're not going to fight 3-3 Marines. He does have 2-2 on the way, so he's really investing in these mutas. I'm not sure if that is the best idea. However, with no medevacs, it can kind of work out, sort of. But this is a very, very Marine-heavy army. There actually isn't even that much siege tank production. Don't even have a siege tank in production at the moment. Just building up more and more Marines. We still have a very large mineral bank out of a Zerg player who is enjoying a 33 supply lead. Now, he is getting gas from these upper right locations, and this is kind of the problem with having no medevacs, no drops, no side angle aggression, as these far away expansions are completely invulnerable to Terran aggression. He cannot move his army out that far. You can't really risk running Marines out like that, so this is a big problem. He's going to be avoiding the Banelings as best as possible. A good split there, but perhaps not enough given the amount of mutas on the field. And going to have to retreat for now and regroup with some more Marines. We do finally have a medevac on the field. The mutas targeting on the planetary, I believe, that would be a mistake in my eyes, as those were wasted volleys, but going to take out these Marines once again. Still just rallying in here to the natural. It really needs to group up. Here come the Thors, though. There are two Thors. Going to get a volley off on those mutas. Have to be very careful. Oh, they're going to move in again, going to go for the magic box. And there it is. There are a lot of SCVs that should be repairing right now, but they're just ignoring it. The 3 missile turrets plus the Thors doing a lot of damage, though. The problem is, given the large mineral bank already, plus the additional gases up here at the additional bases, he's got, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 gases going right now. That is just insane in terms of gas production. He can go with the muta production all day long. Now we're going to be seeing the first drops, but there are just so many mutas on the field at this point that I'm not sure there's anything that these are going to be able to get a whole lot done. Mutas swinging around, looks like they're going to be going to hit this third base, as the Marines are all centered here at the fourth. In the meantime, we do have a large group of Banelings being built, and it's getting harder and harder to defend these positions. The big group of mutas targeting down this orbital mass repair on that orbital, now going to target SCVs. Here come the stim back and a small number of Marines, not pulling back the whole group, Not going to get pulled out of position by this block of Marines, but he may have to if he wants to deal with this here. Still 15 Mutalisks over here at the third base. A group of Marines back here in the middle of nowhere going to stim and try and help out, going back to repair this orbital command. And here come the Marines. The stim go wear out just as they get there, though. And the Mutalisks get away for now. And here comes the big group of Banelings, but that just evaporates, doing virtually nothing. So that is a big win for our Terran player. Meantime, it is Sotirios just investing more and more into these Mutalisks, going for 3-3 on his air, +3 attack on the ground. I don't believe I saw Adrenal Glance. Now going to be targeting this 5th base over here, and he's not going to be able to save that. Let's see, he does not have Adrenal Glands, so that is one missing upgrade. Try and get over there and save it with these Marines. He's going to lose it, but at the cost of a lot of Mutalisks. Loses every single Muta over there. There are still a few left over here, quite a few actually, but that was not a good trade for the Zerg player. Here comes a drop over here at what would be the 5th location, going to be able to take out this hatch, but with the turnaround, he's not going to get the hatch. Now he's going to just try and have to trade as efficiently as possible. 3-3, Zerg is doing a good amount when combined with those Mutalisks. He's going to have to come back and see if we actually look at the Terran's vision. He does not, he does know about these upper right locations. Looks like a scan had gone down over there. Now a drone transfer going across the map. There actually isn't very good creep spread here, and that is actually helping because when the Terran moves out, he doesn't actually have to clear out any creep. Now he has to be very careful. There are a lot of Banelings, and this is not a very large force to turn around. The stim back very quickly, action by the Terran player. Takes out the Thors, takes out a tank with Banelings. Here's another Thor moving in. And this is slowly going in favor of SouL, I feel, as the actual hive-tech transition is not coming. And this is what happens is the Terran begins to slowly peck away. But this is still not an easy win for the Terran player here. A lot of Banelings, a decent split there. Loses all of those Marines. Going to turn around with that Thor. Both sides deciding they want to retreat for now. And now it's a time to regroup a bit. If we look at the income, it is actually quite even with Zerg with a lot of gas, so it's certainly not done yet. I'm surprised we have not seen a Greater Spire or Ultralisk Den. I mean, even just having the tech, to have that transition there, there's been so much gas, so many resources available for the Zerg. I'm just surprised he hasn't added that in. Make your Terran player deal with it, even if it's only like 3 Broodlords or 2 Ultralisks. Make that a worry, make that a concern, make that something he has to respond to. But here come the Mutas, just putting everything he has into these Mutalisks. He does have a very large bank and 33 larvae, so I'm not sure why he's not maxed, but he is starting that Greater Spire, so that Broodlord tech is on the way. He already has that 3-3 air. So that is big. 2 more expansions going up here in the upper left. The big attack going down here on this 5th base, and the Terran is completely out of position. Looks like this could turn into the weirdest base trade. So going to have to just straight up give up that expansion, but going to be trying to trade it for one of his own. Is the Zerg going to turn around and continue to push into more expansions? Here comes some Marines, going to be losing those almost instantly. Not ready there. Microing over here at this expansion. Moving over to the Planetary. I'm not sure if that was the best choice. It would much better in my estimation to go to the production. Mass repair coming in, but the Banelings finish it off. But the Thor getting off quite a few volleys. And the Bio moving in, but gets caught by the Baneling juice. And in come even more Mutalisks. If we look at the count, we do have 29 Mutalisks on the field. If we look at the unit count as well, 3 Thors on the field, 21 Marines. Needs a bit better. The mass repair on that Thor. We do have the additional expansions going on the upper left. These SCVs were not on auto repair. They were just surrounding the Thor, so they go down very quickly. And just without any support, it doesn't quite work. When they're mixed in with a Marine force, though, it's almost impossible to poke and prod. Losing a couple tanks, moving in for the killing blow. It looks like the 44 Mulus at 3-3, maybe too much here, but Marines with medevac, very good against Mulus. Will it be enough, clearing out even more Marines? 45 Mutas, but tons and tons of Marines streaming in as well, but the income is actually well in favor of the Terran at this very moment. If we look at the unit count, there are still 77 drones, so there are probably some idle drones, perhaps too many on a given patch. But man, this is a bit back and forth now. The Terran here, SouL, is at a big supply deficit with just more and more invested into Mutalists. This is going to be 55 Mutas when these 9 come out. So there's actually not any supply left really for ground units. That's 55 Mutas, that's 110 supply in Mutalisks. Now these Marines moving out, this could be the big problem for a Terran player, is that he is moving out right now. He needs to gather a ball of Marines and go, because with this many Mutalisks, he needs his production. There's a Thor coming out as well. He does draw the Mutas back, though. That is big. If these Mutas had just targeted down all the production, I'm not quite sure what SouL would do, but instead he gets a hatch. Pulls all the Mutas all the way across the map. I mean, the Mutas are quick. There's still a good hike across this map. Gets another hatch before the Mutas get there. I'm going to trade some damage. Not going to do much here at all to the Mutas with that group, but takes out another hatch and gives them time to build up that Thor count, build up that Marine count. I feel at this point, with this many command centers, SouL probably needs to get rid of some SCVs. He doesn't need this many SCVs. He wants a larger army to deal with these Mutalisks. Now the problem here is defending all these bases when his Thors are so immobile. A lot of Marines getting stuck over here at the natural. And this big force is moving up to these additional bases in the upper left. However, the Lings will be trapped up here. Loses another orbital. Loses that orbital. Does not cancel on any of those. The Thor coming in, and this is going to help a lot. And now they target the Thor and go give the Marines free shots. Another Thor getting shots. A lot of Mutas going down. That cut the Muta count in half. The resources gone, but 26 more Mutalisks in production. But these Mutas trying to get more done, losing more and more. 26 Mutas, that will bring them up to 43. Oh, even more going down. They engage. This is a huge number of Mutas going down. Now those 26 Mutas are all that'll be on the field. And there's absolutely no bank left, only 46 drones. And that could be the killer blow right there. Is he going to pull this? Is he going to pull the Thor with him? I'm not sure if he's aware of it. Moving across the map now, there is this group of Mutas. 26 Mutas, nothing to sneeze at, but at this point in the game, he cannot rely on just these Mutas, and this could be it. In come the Mutas. Have to turn around. Going to lose this middle hatch. And now it's cleanup time. 180 to supply to 124. Huge banks for the Terran player. He's got several bases still left mining. The income tab, 2,200 to 800. Moving across to try and take out these Marines. Looks like he will be able to clean up the Marines over here, but even more drones go down. Getting down to 49 to 69. Drop over here in the main. Takes out a queen. Going for the spawning pool. He will get the spawning pool. The Mutas will be able to clean that up afterwards, so no more damage other than that. But isn't that enough? Got a group of Marines going over here to the left. And now going to continue the aggression. A few banelings left over. And the Mute is trying to defend everything, and it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. 192 supply to 104. The banelings melt. The Marines don't care. They just run right through them. Going to pick off all of these Overlords. Will not supply cap him, though. Not sure what he's talking about with the map, and that's it. GG Sotirios. SouL takes it, and that's how you do it.